today we're going to go on to our algebra equation. So we did one step, which was 6th grade, 2 step, which was 7th grade, and now we are on to the big stuff. This is the actual algebra equations, and they're just going to get longer from here. So it's very important that you understand and pay attention. So to solve today's equations, if you would look at each step I'm telling you to do and do it in this order, you will be successful. The first thing you need to say is, do I need to do distributive property? If there are parentheses, you must take care of them first. Distributive property. The next thing you're going to ask yourself, do I need to combine like terms? The next thing you're going to say is, to get rid of the next term, you're going to add or subtract if you need to. And then the last thing is multiply or divide if you need to. Will you do every single one of those steps, every single problem? No, because if there's no parentheses, you're obviously not going to do distributive property. If there's no like terms to combine, you obviously skip that step, right? But you're going to look at it in this order. Okay, just to make sure we all remember, let's go solve the first one in our calculator so that you guys are remembering how to check your work in your calculators. So who can tell me, where do I go to check my answer to an equation in my calculator? First I got to go to y equals. So everybody's doing this with me. Hit clear if there's anything there. You put in the left side of the equal sign. So I would put in 8x minus 3x minus 10. The whole left side. Then you arrow down to y2 and put in the right side, which is 20. Now what do I do? Second trace, because I want to calculate the answer. So second trace, which option? 5, intersect, and you wait for it to graph. And you hit enter 3 times until you see the word intersection. And the answer is? So that better be the answer I get for this one. Are y'all all good with the calculator? I'll just say it one more time. So I went to y equals. I put the left side of the equal sign in y1. So I put in 8x minus 3x minus 10. Now, if you put in negatives, you're going to get the wrong answer because those are not negative signs, right? Okay, then on the y2, I put in the right side of the equal sign. Are we all there? Then I want to calculate the answer. So I hit second trace. And I'm going to choose option 5 for intersect. And then I simply hit enter 3 times until I see the word intersection. Do y'all see how it says first curve? That's not your answer. So you just hit enter until you see intersection. And that's your answer. No, so your second trace and then option 5. And wait for it to graph, then enter 3 times. And where can you find this if you forget how to do it? On your pink sheet, right here. Solving equations, it says go to y equals, type your equation, second trace, option 5, enter, enter, enter. Okay? All right, so that's how you check your answer. So what should y'all make on your homework? 100. You might struggle on some word problems, but these parts, you should get them right. Okay? All right. Do I need to do distributive property? No. Can I combine like terms? What is 8x minus 3x? 5x. So now I'm just going to bring down what I have. I did 8x minus 3x. I still have minus 10 equals 20. now is a two-step equation just like 7th grade. What am I going to get rid of first? So plus 10. Bring down my 5x equals 30. How am I going to get rid of the 5? Divide by 5. And so x equals 6. Is that what my calculator said my answer should be?
Yes.
Are we getting a little more better with the calculator checking it? Why don't y'all try to do number 2 in the calculator real quick? Did y'all get it in the calculator? Did y'all get 2.5? No? Go to y equals. Did you type in 9x minus 1x minus 7, or did you type the negative sign? The x is right here. Notice I didn't put mine in y1. That was just an accident. Did I get the same answer? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's still looking for the intersection of the two lines. I didn't mean to do that, though. Okay, so second trace, option 5, enter, enter, enter. My answer needs to be 2.5. Are we all good with the calculator? All right, let's go do it by hand. Do I need to do distributive property? Do I need to combine like terms? What's 9x minus 1x? 8x minus 7 equals 13. This is now a 7th grade equation. How do I get rid of minus 7?
Plus 7.
So I have 8x equals 20. Now I'm going to divide by 8. And I simply reduced it and kept it a fraction. So I said I can divide the top and bottom both by 4. And I got x equals 5 halves. Is 5 halves the exact same thing as 2.5? So both of those answers would be correct. Are we good? Do you have to do them by hand? Yes. All right, do the next one on your own. You should be doing it by hand right now. Then you can check it in your calculator. You can check it in your calculator, yeah, all the time. On the STAR EOC, you have your calculator at your fingertips. You better check your stuff. So negative 5x plus 3x is negative 2x plus 2 equals negative 15. And I'm going to subtract 2. So I get negative 2x equals negative 17. And then I'm going to divide by negative 2. What's a negative divided by negative?
Positive.
A positive. I left my answer as 17 halves. Or it could be, how many times will 2 go into 17?
8.5.
8 and 1/2. Or 8.5. All of those answers are good. Which one did the calculator give you? Decimal? Okay, let's look at the next one. What's the first step we're supposed to see if we need to do? Distributive property, meaning if you see parentheses, you have to do them first. So everybody look at this problem. What needs to be distributed? What number? The 2. So do I care about the 7x right now? So all I care about, and guys, the sign in front of the 2 belongs to the 2. So is this a positive 2 or a negative 2? All right, so I'm distributing, meaning I'm multiplying positive 2 times x and positive 2 times positive 6. And I noticed on y'all's test, this is where y'all were struggling. All right, so I'm just going to write 7x because I'm not going to deal with that. What is 2 times x? Positive or negative? So plus 2x. And what is 2 times 6? Positive or negative? Plus 12 equals 39. Now does it look just like the other problems we've been doing? All right, can I combine like terms? What's 7x plus 2x? So I have 9x plus 12 equals 39. I'm going to subtract 12 from each side. So I have 9x equals, and 39 minus 12 is 27. I'm going to divide by 9, and I get 3. Now, when I put this in my calculator, can I put parentheses? Yes, my calculator knows how to do it. So I'm going to show y'all, and then I'm not going to use the calculator anymore today because I know you guys are good with it, right? All right, so if I go to y equals, clear everything out, I'm going to put in 7x plus 2, open parentheses, x plus 6, close parentheses. That's the left side of the equal sign. Go down, put in the right side, second trace, option 5. Enter, enter, enter. Did I get the same answer? Yes. Everybody see the parentheses are above 8 and 9 right here in white. All right. Let's do the next one. I'm not using the calculator anymore. Y'all can if you need to check your answers. Do I need to do distributive property? Okay, what needs to be distributed? Good, I like how you saw that. So this is 4x minus 7, right? What do I need to do? Keep, change, change. This is going to become plus, and that's going to become negative because I have to distribute the negative 7. What else do I need to do right here? Keep, change, change. All right, now I can do it. Just going to bring my 4x down, put a plus sign. What's negative 7 times x? Negative 7x, put another plus sign. What's negative 7 times negative 2? Positive 14 equals 26. If you will do keep, change, change, anytime you see a subtraction sign, you'll do better. All right, what's 4x plus negative 7x? Negative 3x plus 14 equals 26. Subtract 14. So I have negative 3x equals, and 26 minus 14 is 12. Divide by negative 3, and I get x equals negative 4. Do y'all have any questions? I am telling y'all, you need to keep, change, change, or you'll get confused. All right, y'all want to try this next one on your own? I don't want you doing your calculator. I want you to do it by hand.
We can still put it, instead of plus negative 7x, we can still put
minus 7x. Yep. Okay, if you're still working, that's fine. I'm going to start working on it. I had to distribute the 5. So I have negative 3x plus, what is 5 times negative x? Negative 5x plus, what's 5 times 3? 15. Okay, negative 3x plus negative 5x is negative 8x. And I'm going to subtract 15. And I have negative 8x equals 2. Divide by negative 8. Please don't say 8 divided by 2 and just be lazy because you'll get the wrong answer. This is a fraction. This is not an improper fraction. So I'm simply going to reduce, which x equals, if I divide the top by 2, I get 1. Divide the bottom by 2, I get 4. And my answer is negative 1/4. Or negative 25 cents. Are we good? Okay, on the next ones. What did I tell you guys about fractions? You can always change them to a, unless, when can you not change them to a decimal? When they're repeating decimals, because you will not get an accurate answer. So is 3/2 a repeating decimal? 3/2? 3/2 is 1.5. Could I change 3/2 to a decimal and it will not affect my answer? I can change it. So if you're more comfortable doing decimals, go ahead and change it. But guys, if it's 1/3, 2/3, 5/6, you can't change it. You have to leave it a fraction because it's a repeating decimal, and when you're multiplying with repeating decimals, you will not get an accurate answer. Okay? What do y'all want to do? Leave it as a fraction or change it to a decimal? All right, 3/2 as a decimal is 1.5. So I'm multiplying 1.5 times 3x and 1.5 times 5. So 1.5 times 3x is 4.5x plus 1.5 times 5 is 7.5. Okay, now I'm going to subtract 7.5. So I have 4.5x equals negative 24 plus negative 7.5 is negative 31.5. I'm going to divide by 4.5. And I'm going to get x equals negative 7. All right, can I turn 3/4 into a decimal? Is it repeating? No, it's 75 cents. So if I want, I can do 75 cents times W. 75 cents times 6. Can I keep change right here? Yes, I can. All right. 3/4 times W is 75 cents W plus 75 cents times negative 6 is negative 4.5. Okay, I'm going to add 4.5. So I have 0.75W equals 12 plus 4.5 is 16.5. Now what am I going to do? Divide by 75 cents. And I get W equals 22. All right, let's do the two on the right going down. So I feel like y'all are getting it, right? All right, let's leave this one as a fraction just to make sure y'all good. Yes, you could have turned 1/5 into a decimal because it's a terminating decimal, but let's leave it. I need to do 1/5 times 10x. What can I do right here? Change. and I need to do negative 1/5 times negative 20. Now, do y'all know when you multiply by a fifth or a fourth or a half, you really just divide by the denominator, if 1 is the numerator. But let's pretend you don't know, and let's put it in our calculator just so y'all are good. So I would do negative alpha y equals 1/5, tab out, times 10, which is negative 2. So, I mean, if you leave it a fraction, you can still just put it in your calculator. Negative 2x plus negative 1/5 times negative 20 is actually just negative 20 divided by 5, which is what? 4. Positive 4 equals 40. All right, minus 4. Negative 2x equals 36, and then divide by negative 2. All right, let's go do them with decimals. Let's do the one right under that. What's the first thing you see we need to do? Parentheses. What can I do in these parentheses? Change. What do I need to distribute to those parentheses? 3.6 to both of them. And on y'all's test when I was grading it, some of you were just distributing it to the first number, and that's why you were missing it. It has to go to everything in parentheses. So I'm going to write 2.4 plus 3.6 times 4 is 3.6 times 4 is what? 14.4 with a C on it. Plus 3.6 times negative 12. Oh, I see what you were doing. Yeah, you were on that part. 3.6 times negative 12 is negative 43.2 equals 45.6. So when you're doing decimals, nothing changes. You just got to kind of have to slow down and make sure you're typing everything in correctly. What like terms can I combine? 2.4 and negative 43.2 because they're both constants. So I put that in my calculator. 2.4 plus negative 43.2. I got negative 40.8. And I wrote it second. So I wrote 14.4 plus negative 40.8 equals 45.6. Oh, where's my C? I forgot to write C. If your variable gets lost, you better go look for it, because like I just forgot to write it. It changes my whole problem. All right, what am I going to do next? Plus 40.8. Sorry, 14.4C equals 86.4. Now what do I need to do? Divide by 14.4, and I get C equals 6. Do you think these would be important to check in your calculator? Yes. Absolutely, because you're going to probably mess up somewhere on accident every once in a while. Okay, the last one is a word problem, and please pretend this is a right triangle, because it bothers me. This problem should not be an isosceles triangle. Isosceles means two sides are the same, right? But the answer's actually, I got to draw a right triangle. It's going to bother me. Okay. Yeah, the wrong picture was put there. Okay, it says, and this is an important question. It says, find the length of all three sides of a triangle. Did it say solve for x? No. What did it want you to do? Find the length of all three sides. One side is x plus 4. So we're going to put that one here. One side is 4x. I'm trying to label it correctly so that it looks good. That's going to be this side. And one side is 10, open parentheses, x minus 1. Then they said P equals 24. What is P? Perimeter. So how do you find the perimeter of a triangle? Add all the sides. So can I make an equation? This side plus this side plus this side has to equal, all right, let's do it. I'm going to start here. 4x plus, it doesn't matter even what order I go in. No. X plus 4 plus 10, open parentheses, x minus 1 equals 24. What do I have to do first? I got to do distributive property. Can I keep change right here? What am I distributing? 10 to x and 10 to negative 1. Now this stuff I'm just going to write real quick. 4x plus 4. All right, now I can go do this. Plus, what's 10 times x?
10x.
All right. Plus, what's 10 times negative 1? Equals 24. Now what I'm going to do? Combine like terms. So all my x's are going to be combined. What can I put in front of this x? A 1. So what's 4x plus 1x?
5x.
What's 5x plus 10x?
15x.
All right, I got 15 x's. And what's 4 plus negative 10? Negative 6. So minus 6 or plus negative 6. It doesn't matter. All right, plus 6 on both sides. So 15x equals 30. Divide by 15, and I get x equals 2. Am I done? I got x. Did it say solve for x?
No, it says find the length.
It said, okay, but if it said solve for x, would I be done? Yeah. And on your homework, I think it says solve for x, so you would be done. But this one said find the length of all 3 sides. Well, now that I know x, can I find the length of the sides? Yeah, how would I find this length? 4 times 2, because x is 2. What's 4 times 2?
8.
All right, how would I solve for this one?
2 plus 4.
Which is? So I got a side of 6, a side of 8, and if you know right triangles, the last one's going to be 10. Because there's 3, 4, 5 that's a right triangle, there's 6, 8, 10 that's a right triangle. So I have 10 times 2 minus 1. Well, what's 2 minus 1?
1.
And what's 1 times 10? So there's my side lengths. All right, going to pass out your assignment.